Would you go dumpster diving if you had no other choice? If you did not want to resort to stealing, right? And you wanted to keep it moral, would you go dumpster diving to feed your family? Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Happy Monday to all of you ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you have a great week this week. I reminded you on the video that I put out earlier today, and I'm going to remind you again that this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Alaska time, we are going to have the Alaska Prepper Prime Day, which I've never done before, but I figured that for Prime Day this year, we would have a little bit of fun. So I contacted all of those companies that have sponsored this channel throughout the years and asked them to give away some stuff that I can give away to you. So be there or be square, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot of good stuff that we're going to be giving away. So that's going to be again at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, 4 p.m., the 12th of July, Alaska time, which makes it 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, hope to see you there. Now, on with the video. Cash-strapped consumers resort to dumpster diving to save on grocery bills. Ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much confirms that the era of high inflation is not over and that it still has a long ways to go. People were considered to be working poor years ago if they had to shop at Walmart, right? Like, for example, Costco is not, designed for like people that are poor to go to. You have to pay a membership, you buy in bulk. Things are sometimes a little more expensive depending on what it is and depending on where else you may shop, but they're designed for like middle class people, right? That's what that system right there, that model is designed for, right? So the people that were considered the working poor, they used to shop at Walmart, right? So you went to Walmart to do your groceries, usually considered working poor, and then Walmart is getting too expensive for the working poor. Can you believe that? Because although I don't go to Walmart very often, whenever I do have to go there, like I had to go there this weekend to pick up some chicken feed, right? Because they had the chicken feed that I wanted to use, which is a chicken feed that's made here in Alaska. But anyways, when I'm there, I just go around and check around the prices and stuff, not necessarily to buy anything. And prices are very high. I'm like, how in the world can people even afford to shop at Walmart? Well, they can't, and that's why now they're shopping at the Dollar Tree. Well, now even the Dollar Tree, ladies and gentlemen, is not enough. Some people have to go even lower down the rung of that ladder and then go dumpster diving. Unfortunately, that is. Here they say that most Americans will disagree that there has been an economic revival amid the worst inflation storm in a generation, and I would say more than a generation, that has set negative real wage growth negative for more than 2 years. What does negative real wage growth mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means that your pay is not keeping up with inflation. Plain and simple, your income is not keeping up with inflation. That's negative wage growth, or negative real wage growth. Forcing consumers to deplete personal savings and rack up record numbers or record amount of credit card debt in high interest rate environment. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a recipe for disaster. We have salaries that aren't keeping up with inflation. We have high interest rates. We have people that are broke that have to use their credit cards in order to afford to live. Not to go on vacations, not to buy really nice things, but to just afford to live. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are now paying the piper for our past actions. So now all of these things that we spent a lot of money on, that we took credit on for in the past, is starting to catch up with us now with these high interest rates, with people actually not being able to afford to eat, with food banks that are actually running out of food, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big storm that still has not reached its apex. I see it getting worse from here. So prepare the best that you can and continue to prepare the best that you can if you already are prepped. Dollar Tree executives confirmed weeks ago that Walmart has become too expensive for some consumers. Did you ever think you would hear those words, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm sure that you've heard it throughout YouTube or throughout the internet. I believe it was last week that an article came out that one of the most searched for things on Google is, where is the nearest pawn shop near me? Because people are cash strapped. They need money. They have to sell the things that they bought last year with that credit card today in order to just be able to eat. An increasing number of corporate executives from consumer staple companies have warned about a weakening consumer, leaving us with the evolution of trading down from dollar store dinners to dumpster diving. And that is such a shame. I'm sure some people are going to say, well, they shouldn't be throwing that stuff in the garbage. They just should put it in the side to give it away and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that we could have better systems by which we can get rid of food that is on the verge of being spoiled but still good. At the very minimum, give it to some kind of a farmer or something that can take that and compost it, or at least give it to livestock and stuff like that. But I think that they ought to have a sign on the dumpster saying you're free to take whatever you want, but there's zero liability on this business. Zero liability. If you get sick, that's on you. If you get hurt going in the dumpster, you get hurt, that's on you. Zero liability, but you can take whatever you want and then let people take whatever they want. But that's not the thing we're really talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. What we're really talking about here is that our standard of living as a nation, as a whole, is going down. There are less middle class Americans today than there were 2, 3, 4 years ago. And why is that? Well, the monetary system by which we are governed, ladies and gentlemen, was set to fail the day that it was born. The day that it was born, the banksters that pushed that through Congress, and then Congress pushed it through, and it was signed by the president. Thank you, Mr. Woodrow Wilson. The day that that was born, that the Federal Reserve was born, was the day that this system was set to fail, because no fiat currency system in the history of mankind has ever survived. It's always gone to zero. Here they say that some media outlets have pointed out that some folks have resorted to dumpster diving to save on food costs. And again, that's just a shame. And here they say again, before they go ahead and talk about the Google searches for dumpster diving, that even though they thought that trading down from Walmart to Dollar Tree was hitting rock bottom, well, no, it's not hitting rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing is that some people may make it sound that dumpster diving is something that's cool, that you can get that food and save it from the landfills and stuff. But ask yourself a question. Would you go dumpster diving if you could freely afford to just go buy food? You know, to some people this may be a hobby. Maybe to some, I have no idea if there's even dumpster diving like YouTube channels that's all they do. But to some people, maybe this is a hobby. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, we're going to go dumpster diving. We're going to do a YouTube channel on it. We're going to show all of the food. That actually sounds like a good YouTube channel, right? We're going to show all of the food that supermarkets throw away, and we're going to get whatever, right? So to some people that may be a hobby, but in general, ask yourself, would you go dumpster diving if you had no other choice? If you went to the food bank and they didn't have enough food for your family, if you didn't have money to buy food, if you did not want to resort to stealing, right, and you wanted to keep it moral, would you go dumpster diving to feed your family, right? And now, would you go dumpster diving if you had all the money that you needed to buy food with to feed your family? So answer yourself those two questions, ladies and gentlemen. And to some of those people that say, oh, this is pretty cool that they're dumpster diving, they're saving the earth because no food is going to the landfill, ask yourselves, do they really want to be dumpster diving? All right. This is a chart down here that says that on Google, the search is dumpster diving illegal is trending, and it just hit a new high record. And that's just, ladies and gentlemen, the state of our nation. A lot of the things that you see happening, ladies and gentlemen, comes down to bad money. All right, bad money that allows bad policy. You have to understand that without bad money, without fiat currency that the government can just print out of nowhere, they could not enact the bad policies that they do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it would be up to the free market. Not saying that bad things don't happen in a free market. Bad things happen all the time. But it seems that they happen more so under a central banking system than not. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you don't have to dumpster dive to get food. And if you do, just ask yourself, what can I do to get myself out of this predicament? There's always something that you can do. There is always something that you can do. All right, so go out there and do it. I want to say thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this Wednesday, we're going to have a great time, right? But I want you to have a good day today and tomorrow, and we will see you then. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.